Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. So today we are talking all about hair. It's actually funny because I'm kind of having a bit of a bad hair day. I'm not super happy with how it turned out. But you know what, you win some, you lose some. Also, by the way guys, if you hear a little bit of a lisp, I have two canker sores on my tongue. I'm not going to show you them because they're really disgusting. But they're right on the tip of my tongue, so it kind of gives me a little bit of a lisp. So I've been meaning to do this video for a while, but I just never got around to it. It took me a while to figure out like my routine and what I like to do, and also just like I know this is going to be a really long video, like both for me to film and edit, so I've kind of just been putting it off. With that in mind, I will be putting timestamps in the comments down below if you are wanting to go to certain sections. But yes, let's get into it. So as you can see, I do have curly wavy hair. I don't know what you would describe it as. I describe it more as curly, but obviously there are people who have way curlier hair than me, so I'm gonna give you a little bit of like a backstory or like hair history of like my hair and the whole entire growth of it. So I've always had curly hair when I was a kid. My mom has curly hair, so you know I have curly hair as well. And I'll show you some photos of from when I was a kid that I always had curly hair. And then I did two things to really damage my hair: lots of chlorine and lots of heat. So when I was in high school and early university, I was both on a swim team and also working at a pool. There was a period of time in the summers that I was in the pool like 6 days a week, and in the school year I was in the pool like 5 days a week. So chlorine is really damaging for your hair. It really dries it out. Actually, my first summer that I was working at the pool, I would wear my hair in a ponytail, and then like because it was long, the end of it would like dip into the pool, so I actually had like an ombre from the chlorine. It was literally disgusting, so dry and damaged. So all of that chlorine really like damaged my hair and my curls suffered. And then I went to university and I stopped going to the pool as much, and I started using more heat. I don't use like a ton of heat. I've never been someone to like strain my hair. Actually, I curled it a lot in universities. I would probably curl my hair like once a week whenever I like went out. So having really dry and damaged hair from all the chlorine and then using a lot of heat on my hair kind of really killed a lot of my curls. By like the middle of university, my hair was just like lifeless and like didn't really, kind of had an identity crisis because it like wasn't straight and it wasn't curly, and I just didn't know what to do with it. So I started implementing steps into my routine to help revive my curls back again, and I would say this has like been a really slow process. That's why I don't really have like a before and after video. When I was in high school, I stopped brushing it when it was wet and only brushing it in the shower. And then in the middle of university, I started using mousses and stuff. It wasn't until, I don't know, about like a year and a half ago, a year ago, that I started really getting into the curly hair community. And I learned about it from Sierra Schultze and Kathleen Light's both posted videos. So I kind of did a little bit of research into the curly hair community and the curly hair method and kind of like went from there. So if you don't know anything about the curly hair method or community, the whole entire idea and concept is like not using silicones or sulfates on your hair, and also doing certain techniques. So the reason why not silicones and sulfates is because sulfates are really drying for your hair, and curly hair needs hydration. That's why chlorine was so bad for it. Getting rid of sulfates helps not dry your hair out. But the reason why you also need to get rid of silicones is because sulfates are what dissolve silicones, and silicones coat your hair and weigh it down, which is also not very good for curls. Silicones can make your hair look really soft and smooth and silky, but in the end it weighs it down and it kind of ruins curls. So that's why you need to cut out both of those things. I also want to like put it out here that a lot of the methods and knowledge of curly hair comes from the Black community. They've been persecuted for so long and still are to this day for wearing their curly hair. So I think it's important to acknowledge it, that is because of them that a lot of this tips and tricks and knowledge is out there, so I'll also leave some resources in the description so you can read more about this. So with that being said, I've kind of did some research and kind of tested out over time different products, different techniques and everything like that, and figured out what works out for my hair. I've kind of got it down pat, but I still try new things all of the time. So with that, let's get into my hair washing. And I'm not going to talk like in depth about any of the products. I posted an in-depth blog post about the products that I use. I'm just going to like quickly mention them and go into greater detail more about like the techniques that I use than the actual product. I know that it's become popular and like a lot of people talk about not washing your hair as often, and I'm going to tell you why, as a curly haired person or wavy, why I wash my hair a little more often. I wash my hair about every 2 days or like every other day. If you're using shampoos with sulfate and silicones, like I said, it's a little bit more damaging for your hair, so therefore it's better to not use those products as much on your hair. Also, if you are styling your hair, I get it, styling your hair with like a blow dryer, a flat iron, or a curling wand can take a lot of time, so it makes sense that if you spend a lot of time to do your hair, that you want to prolong the style instead of having to do it every single day. So that totally makes sense. But it doesn't make sense for me and my curly hair for a couple of reasons. One, I've always found that my hair, basically like I have like a 2-day limit. After that my hair just gets really itchy and scratchy and I have to wash it. Also, because I have more curly wavy hair, the curls fall quicker, so I find that after 2 days the curls are kind of gone and they need to be reset. And like I said, because I'm using shampoos and conditioners without sulfates and silicones, they're not as damaging for my hair, so it's not like I'm damaging it by washing it all the time. So like I said, wash my hair every other day. It is pretty common within the curly hair community to actually not use shampoo, but because I have more curly wavy and I do use shampoo, and I also have tried using a conditioner only system and I just don't like it as much, so I do go for one without silicones and sulfates. Like I said, on the like curly hair community, it's a like a Reddit forum, by the way, there is a document that will show you a bunch of products that are curly girl approved. There's also a website called like the Curly Hair Bot or something like that. I'll link it down below, which you can put the ingredients list of different products into it and they'll tell you whether or not they are approved. So that's how I found a lot of these products. There is one that I believe is not curly hair approved, but I own it and I want to like use up the products. That was a big thing, is that I slowly transitioned. As I finished products, I replaced them with different ones. I don't like wasting products, so that is something to note. That's why I didn't really film the start and end, because it was a slow process of switching over. Anyways, the shampoo I use is the Maui Moisture Curl Quench Coconut Oil. This is from the drugstore. Actually, majority of the products in my routine are from the drugstore. Because you're using so much of it, it's helpful to use drugstore products because you're using so much, so it's like cheaper. So yeah, this is their shampoo for curly hair, and like I said, it is sulfate and silicone free. So I didn't film myself washing my hair, by the way, because I don't do anything special. So I just put some of this in my hair. I use a scrubby thingy. As you can see, it's like pokey, but it's silicone, so it's soft. This is from Sephora, but you can get them from Amazon. And I just like rub into my hair. I love the way it feels on my scalp, and I feel like it really does do a good job of cleaning it. Then I go in with conditioner, and this is a really good one. And be careful, because most Tresemme conditioners aren't. So this is the only one that doesn't have silicones or sulfates. This is the Tresemme Expert Botanic Nourish and Replenish with coconut milk and aloe vera conditioner. Use a really large amount, maybe like a golf ball size. Put it all over my hair and I let it sit as I wash out my body, wash out my face, all that fun stuff. And then I brush out my hair with a wide tooth comb in the shower. This is something that I adopted back in high school. I've been doing it for so long. It's a really big thing because if you brush your hair when it's dry, it's going to lose its definition. For example, I didn't mean to do this, but I had a huge knot that I missed in my hair when I was brushing in the shower, so I brushed it out after. And as you can see, it's just become frizzy and it lost all its curl definition versus, where's a good curl? Do you see the difference in between like these pieces versus this one? Sorry, I realized that having dark hair makes it that it's really hard to see the hair, but yeah, this is why you don't brush your hair after, and it's really easy to get that like Hagrid poofy look. So I brush it out with a wide tooth comb, making sure that I start from the ends and then make my way up, get all the conditioner out of my hair. Then I get out of the shower and put it into a microfiber towel. Let me go get it. My mom's washing my new one, but here you go. My mom got these at like Bed Bath & Beyond for me. As you can see, this is like a microfiber towel, and I've been using these since I was a kid just because they do a really good job of like just like drying your hair, and also it's like easy to just like put it up and like not have to worry about it falling off unlike a conventional towel. And also it's better for your hair than a normal towel. So a lot of the curly girl community recommends using one of those or using a t-shirt. I have like 3 of those, so that's what I use. And then I also just wanted to mention with my shower washing routine or hair washing routine, I do use a deep conditioner about once a week, usually on the days that I'm shaving my legs, because I shave my legs once a week all year round, habit from working at the pool. And also, since I'm shaving my legs, I'm in the shower longer, so it gives that deep conditioner longer to soak into my hair. I'm still on the hunt for like my favorite one. Well, I have found my favorite. It's just limited edition. It's the Briogeo Honey Don't Despair Repair Deep Conditioner. I'm still on the hunt for my absolute favorite. That is the one product I don't have a favorite, but yes, I do deep conditioner once a week, and then once a month I use a clarifying shampoo to kind of help get rid of any buildup in your hair, because and a clarifying shampoo does have sulfates, so that kind of just gives like a really good deep clean to make sure if there's any buildup in my hair that it's gone. After I get out of the shower, I have 2 different hairstyling. I have one with a blow dryer and one where it's just complete air dry. So first we'll talk about the blow dryer, because that is what I did today. So I get out of the shower, put my hair in my little hair twist, and then I just give it maybe like a minute tops in the hair towel to dry. I know that a lot of people like to put in their products completely wet, but I don't. I find that when my hair is soaking wet, it doesn't soak up any of the product. So I'll usually just like throw it up, go into my room, like turn on my music, just quickly check my phone, take a sip of tea, whatever, and then go and do it. So under a minute ideally, so that way the hair is still pretty wet but not like soaking wet. Then from there I go in with my products. So if I'm blow drying my hair, I will use a heat protecting. So I have 2 different ones I've been using lately. I have the Briogeo one, whatever it's called, and I also have the living proof one. I believe that the living proof one is not curly girl method approved, but I got it on my BoxyCharm and I want to use it up. I put in the heat protectant because I am using a blow dryer and it's still important to use one, so I don't really have a method. I kind of just put it in my hair. Then after that I go in with a mousse. My mousse and my hair gel are both herbal essences, and these are some of the best like mousse and gel I've ever used. They are so great, and it's also great that they're from the drugstore because I go through them so quickly that it's good that they're not expensive. So I go in with a mousse. I know not everyone likes to use a mousse if they have curly hair, but for me it really gives me curl definition. That's something that I personally struggle with, is curl definition. So I go in with my mousse and scrunch it, and my technique is basically you just like put some in your palm and then lift up as I'm squeezing my hand into a fist, and that creates the scrunching movement. So I do this around my whole entire head, focusing on the front because my front pieces are pieces that struggle the most to create a defined curl. And so start from the front, go to the back, do the two sides of my hair, and then go in with gel. And the gel kind of sets in the curl, so the mousse creates a curl and the gel sets it. And do not be afraid of using hair gels because they've gotten like really good, especially this herbal essence one. It does a really good job of keeping a hold, but I don't find that it gets that crunchy or anything like that compared to some other hair gels I use. So I use a really big amount of this, the more the better. And the same thing, I scrunch it all the way through my hair, going front to back again. Then once I've put in all of my products, I let it sit for a bit and dry a bit, and I put it back up into my hair twist to kind of just let it like sit and set. And the benefit of putting it up is that it starts to help it dry, and also putting it up means that gravity isn't pulling the curls down and making them looser. So I'll put my hair up, then I usually kind of like go about my rest of my like shower routine. So I usually put on a face mask and I will leave my hair up until I'm done with the face mask, so like 15 minutes ish. And then at this point I put on my body lotion, get dressed, tidy up my room, all that stuff, and then I come back and it's time to blow dry my hair. So I take it down from my hair twist and I give it another good scrunch just to like reshape the curls, and then go in with my blow dryer. I mentioned this blow dryer during my recent favorites, but it has been a life changer. I swear that my curls look so much better when I do use a blow dryer. Well, not today, but most of the time they do look better. I do this routine majority of the time that I'm filming YouTube videos, so if you go back and look at any of my other YouTube videos, you'll see what my hair like looks like on a good hair day. So I basically just put a section of my hair, I usually just like section my hair into threes and nestle it in, and then I push it all the way up to the root of my hair, and then I turn it on. I use it on the lowest heat and the lowest blow setting because with curly hair you don't want to use a lot of heat because it can be damaging. So low and slow is the way to do it. So I kind of just hold it there for like 20 to 30 seconds, then let it down, and then I just keep on repeating that throughout the rest of my head, just like going round and round and round until it's like kind of sort of dry, like damp-ish. I've never actually blow dried my hair completely dry because I think that would take me forever to do. Curly hair takes a really long time to dry. So I blow dried my hair for around 10 minutes and I got it to, I would say, maybe like 70% dry. It took maybe an hour for it to fully dry, hour and a half for it to fully dry. And this is kind of what it looks fully dry. I put on a lighter shirt so you guys can actually see my hair. Like I said, guys, today isn't my best hair day. I will say that I have a bunch of like undefined pieces, as you can see here. This piece, I have no idea what it's doing. It's just a little too tight. So yeah, not the best hair day today, but you know, it's of course because I'm filming a hair care video, couldn't have a good hair day. But overall, I will say though that it's a lot better than what I had like before I started doing this curly hair routine. So yeah, like I said, today is not exactly the best example of what my hair looks like blow dried. I'll insert a couple photos so you can see what I mean, that it can look really good. It really is. Curly hair is such a hit or miss. It just depends on like how the curl was shaped and like how it like blow dried can determine how it is. So it happens. So yes, that is my blow dry routine. It really does take down the drying time, but it can be a lot of work to blow dry it. As you saw in the video clip, I ended up sitting down because it takes a lot to do it, and I also get really like hot and sometimes overheat when I'm blow drying my hair. So I usually blow dry my hair on days that I'm filming, so I don't have to wait super late to be able to film a video, or on days where I leave the house. I don't really leave the house often since I've got my blow dryer, but it does help make it so I'm not leaving the house with soaking wet hair. So yes, that is my blow dryer style. My air dry style, I start the same way. I get out of the shower with my hair up. I kind of, you know, turn my music, come back. Instead of using a heat protectant, I use something for frizz. That is something that I still struggle with. I think you can see here, I got lots of frizz. Basically, my issues with my curly hair, the things I try and work on the most is definition, hold, and frizz. My hair is thankfully not very dry, so I don't have to worry about making sure that it's not dry. And I also have like decent volume with my hair. Look at it. I have really thick hair naturally, so volume, not something I worry about. Everyone has different worries. So I put on a frizz protectant, especially if I'm not blowing dry my hair. Finally it gets a little frizzier. And then I do the exact same method. I put in my put it in my mousse, I put in my hair gel, and then I put my hair up. At minimum, I keep it up for 15 minutes, and sometimes I'll keep it even longer because the longer I keep it up, the less wet it'll be when I take it down. I leave it to let it air dry. I will insert here the final look and also say how long it took me for it to air dry. Hello friends, so it is 3 o'clock, about 3 hours after I finished. I took my hair down from its little twist. Also, I just want to say, please excuse my makeup. I'm testing out an eyeliner and it really transferred. But anyways, so here's my hair after 3 hours. It kind of just needs a little bit of a scrunch out. So I'll show you what I do. So as you can see, it's basically dry, maybe just like a little damp still. Like I would say like it's like 95% dry. It's just still a little bit damp, and I don't know if you can see here, but it's definitely just like slightly crispy, but not too bad. That's why I really like this gel. So what I do is I kind of just will scrunch it, shake it up a little bit. Sometimes I'll use a t-shirt to do this just because it can be a little softer than using my hands. So kind of just scrunch it, kind of just loosen it up so that way it's got some natural movement. Sometimes I'll like twirl it, and there you go. Run my fingers through it, and ta-da! This is what my hair looks like. Hair dried. Definitely a little bit different of a curl. I find that my curls, whenever they air dry, a little bit looser, a little bit more wavy, kind of got the more like beach wave going on. On days where I'm not filming, I'm not going to be on camera, I'm just going to be like hanging around the house. So like on the weekends, a lot of times I will just let it air dry, because even though it takes a while for it to air dry, it's not as much work to let it air dry. And then the final thing is how to keep it for a second day. This is something that I've really struggled with, to try and keep my style until the second day, because I don't have a very tight curl pattern to begin with, and I like move around a lot in my sleep. I find that generally it dissipates really quickly, and by the second day it basically has like no curl left in. So this is something I've been really work on, is trying to improve it to the second day. So the biggest thing that I found that helped is kind of putting my hair half up. So by putting my hair up, I'm not sleeping on my hair, and therefore not like putting pressure on it, especially because I move around my sleep. So like if I were to like press my hair and then like rub it all over, obviously the curls are going to dissipate. So what I do is that I get a scrunchie and I flip all of my hair down, and I gather it like right at the front, like right near my forehead, and I loop it once like so. And then if you have short hair, you could probably keep it at one loop and just like let it hang, but because I have long hair, I will loop it once around and then pull it till it's almost all the way through, like so. So because a lot of it is kind of like this, it means that when I go down to sleep, I'm not pressing the curls underneath my head. They're kind of just like hanging out on top above just like so. And I will insert what my hair looks like second day right here. Alright, I just woke up. This is what it looks like after I sleep because I move around a lot in my sleep. But here you go. As you can see, it's a little crazy. It'll set a little bit once it falls down, but as you can see, a lot of the curls are still there. It's not perfect. It's not as nice looking as when my hair is freshly washed, but I mean, it's better than if I were to not do it. Also, usually on the second day, I will do something else to my hair. I get really annoyed quite easily with having hair in my face. I think that's one of the reasons why I'm not a huge fan of the middle part, because I find that your hair kind of falls way more in your face with the middle part. And that's why I also have a habit of tucking my hair behind my ears. Usually at the end of the day, I always put my hair up in a bun. Like, I just get so easily annoyed if I have hair in my face. Usually on second day hair, I'll do a half up type of style or put my hair in a ponytail or in a bun, just because I get really fed up with my hair quite easily and just put it up. So yeah guys, that is my hair routine tutorial for curly wavy hair. Please let me know down in the comments below if you have any questions about anything that I spoke about, any of the products that I use, any of the techniques I use. If you have suggestions, please let me know, especially for deep conditioners. Like I said, I'm looking for a good deep conditioner. Yeah guys, that is it for today's video. Please like this video if you want to see more hair, beauty type of content. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And that is it for today. I'll see you in another video super soon. Bye!